Hi again, I am back with my second video. This one is not going to be anything to do with cooking. Well, I guess it could be eventually, but we are going to be adding a few things to our garden today. We went to Lowe's earlier and picked up some fruit trees, some more flowers. So I thought today Alex is messing around with other stuff in the yard. I thought today I would show you what our garden looks like so far, and then maybe later on in another month or so give an update and see how it grows, how it does. Let's go check it out. Here's a quick glimpse of what we are going to add to the garden today. So we're gonna get it unloaded. So a little bit of backstory is that we've lived in this house for about a year now, and we are in Central Florida. It is an old home. I think it's its 140th birthday this year. So when we moved in, there were a lot of other projects we kind of had to tackle. One of them being that there were termites. So that kind of set us back on a lot of projects, and this is kind of our first summer to actually be able to enjoy being outside and kind of create an established garden. So that's one of our focuses this year, is to create kind of more of our outdoor space the way that we want it to be. It's always a work in progress. I am by no means an expert gardener. In fact, I would say that I am an amateur gardener. So this is really just kind of an experiment of what works well for us, trying some different ideas, and also just the transition of gardening here in Florida compared to where we grew up in the Midwest. It is a different beast. So here's what we picked up today from Lowe's. We grabbed a lemon tree, and it was $58 really, but it was already kind of established, so we thought that was a decent price. We also got some Shasta Daisies, a banana pepper is what that one is, a peach tree. Alex loves peaches, and that one was only $32. Now it's not quite as established as the lemon tree, so it'll probably take a while, but it looked healthy. Foxgloves. My goal is to have a cut flower garden, so trying to add more to that. And then we got some blackberries. We had those at our last house, and those did well. And we're doing grapes. We're gonna try them and see. We also got, this is really good if you're in the Central Florida area, the black cow manure. And then we got a trellis because we are growing pumpkins and we are kind of limited on space, so we want to see if we can maybe encourage them to grow vertically somewhat. So again, another experiment. We'll see how it goes. I have my trusty gardening bag and all of my tools. So we are going to start with the pumpkin area. We do have two large dogs that like to get into a bit of trouble. So we did put up just temporary fencing for right now, but back here we have a couple of watermelon plants. Here's the pumpkins. And back here, it's getting kind of overgrown, is cantaloupe. I am a little bit of a lazy gardener, so if you're wanting to watch a video about the most, oh boy, that right there, where are you at? That's a lubber. And those are terrible. They are like mutant grasshoppers that will eat everything in sight. So anytime we see those, just kill them. Like I was saying though, not an expert gardener. If you're wanting to watch a video on that, go somewhere else. This is just fun, lazy hobby gardening at its finest. So we have successfully grown pumpkins before, but not here in Florida. We grew them back in Missouri, and they were so easy. We had, I think, maybe like 8 to 10 full-grown pumpkins by the time it was fall. So we have done them before. We have not done them down here, and we did not trellis them back in Missouri. We just kind of let them do their thing. But like I said, we're limited on actual garden space. So we'll see how this goes. The plant itself looks healthy, so it's always a good start. We also know that these are like very sprawling plants. So are cantaloupe and watermelon. So we just kind of want to train them up when we still can, not to overgrow each other. Putting on my gloves, and rookie mistake, didn't shake it out beforehand. Started to put it on and tossed it because I felt something inside of it. I think it was just that garden twine stuff. Had to take a bit of a break. Feels like 92 outside. We did get the A-frame trellis on the pumpkins, and we planted both of the fruit trees. Now we're going to move on to the blackberry and blueberry plants, and then just kind of tidy things up, I think. That's our progress. It's hot. Okay, we are back gardening day 2. Yesterday just got way too hot. We had to put a pause on things, came back out, finished planting the berries, the trees, and then had to go run and get a couple of pots for the flowers. And by the time we got home, it was just too warm, too late. So now we are going to finish planting the flowers, and then I will do a whole tour of our garden so far. Okay, I just finished planting the last of the flowers, and now I will go ahead and give you a tour. Forgive me, I always look at myself on the screen and not usually the actual camera, so it is what it is. Okay, back here under the magnolia tree we have cantaloupe, and eventually we're gonna try and trellis them. We have pumpkin as well, which you guys saw us set up the A-frame trellis, which we'll see how that goes. But there are quite a bit of new growth and some of the blooms starting. There's quite a few all throughout the plant as well. So we'll see how well it does. It looks good right now though. And then we have watermelon. Just 2 plants, but they look good as well. Keep an eye out for them. These are kind of close proximity, but we're thinking if we can kind of train them up and keep them contained, it may work out well. Then we planted our lemon tree here. This is kind of gonna be the fruit side, I guess, of the garden. So we've got that water basin down there. And then across from that, eventually we'll plant more fruit trees, but I have a lot of cut flowers growing over here, nasturtiums, zinnias, sunflowers. So just gonna wait on those to pop up. We have, this is the grape plant. So eventually we'll get kind of a trellis for it to vine onto, like they typically look like. This is still that kind of cut flower area. I have the daisies, the Gerber daisies, and then more nasturtium and a couple zinnias. I think there might be a couple other ones I even forgot that I planted, but we put the foxglove, so pretty, in this pot. Just in case it doesn't like where it is, I can just pick it up and move it. I've never had foxglove before, so I don't know how it will tolerate the area in the sun. This dahlia got completely destroyed by lubbers. So I put it in here, and then that way if I need to move it, I can move it as well. But it does have some nice new growth coming out here. We'll see, hopefully it figures it out. This container bag has carrots. Never grown carrots before. Thought it'd be fun. Up in this bed, we have cilantro and dill. And I think, oh, marigold here in the middle. Marigold is a really good companion plant. Then we just bought this banana pepper because we like them. Thought we'd give it a try. It's not by any other peppers, so it will not cross-pollinate. We've had that happen before. And then these are cucamelon plants. Some of them, it looks like they just got, I don't know if lizards or bugs ate them, but I went ahead and threw a few more seeds down, and we'll see. But these ones look okay. The goal is for them to kind of climb up this arch that we put in and over onto the other garden bed. Like I said, this is all temporary fencing just to keep the dogs out. Eventually I'd like to have like more of a permanent garden fence with a gate here to walk through. Like I said, we've only been in this house a year, so we'll see. Then we have celery. A lot of this stuff I've never grown before. Tomato plant, looking kind of rough. But we do have a green bell pepper plant, and there is a bell pepper growing there. Funny story, there was a really good one growing, and our St. Bernard Nana just decided to hop on up here and snatch it and enjoy it. So we had to put this barrier up. Basil, it is starting to bolt, so I need to get that off of there. Marigolds, again, more good companion plants. Curly kale. This is, I had a cucumber plant. It didn't do very well. Oh my gosh, a lizard. Oof. A cucumber plant didn't do very well, but one of the cucumbers dropped, and then this sprouted from one of the seeds from inside the cucumber that was just left here. So I thought, well, we'll let it try and do its thing. And then this jalapeno plant has just been like the gift that keeps on giving. I can't tell you how many jalapenos I have gotten off of this one plant. I've actually even cut it back a little bit, but even under here you'll see, I think we counted yesterday, there were 9 peppers. And then more blooms and things like that. So we've got jalapeno peppers for days. I have another container, but that I haven't planted anything in. Those are just weeds. That one does not drain well. Again, you're just getting a nice look at a realistic garden here. Then, oh, and that's celery in there. Then we have the Shasta Daisies that we planted inside of this because, again, I don't know how well they're going to do, so I can move them around if I need to. Over in this kind of long, skinny bed, I have snapdragons, zinnias, more zinnias, and then a couple of other flower types that I can't remember exactly what they are, but we'll just see when they pop up. Turning around this way, these are all bean plants, so I'm fairly certain they're bush bean variety. I couldn't remember if I grabbed the pole bean or the bush beans, but I know I got 2 different types. Some of them are just plain green, and then I got some that were like the purple and cream kind of colors, so we'll see, but they seem happy here. And these ones I layered like big cardboard boxes down and then just piled compost and soil all on top of it. Then over here, these are summer squash that are doing very well. They're really happy where they are. And then over here, I don't even know if the camera's gonna pick it up or not. Oh, these guys, These are little bitty baby tomato type plants. So we'll see. There's a few kind of all spread out on this side here. I don't know if we're gonna try and trellis these or let them do their thing. I'll just kind of see how they continue to grow. But we do have a couple of like big standing up trellis things that I've tried before, and it did well, other than when the bugs got them. Then lastly, back over on this side of the garden, we've got our peach tree. So nothing on that yet. I know they take a few years to start maturing, but hopefully, like I said, this will be kind of the fruit side of the garden, and then berries, fruit trees, pumpkin, cantaloupe, watermelon patch thing. And then this side is more of the vegetable flower. Don't mind all of the mess. It's all a work in progress. And lastly, we have the blackberry plant. I had this guy left over, so I just propped that in there when we put it down in the ground. And then we'll do the same thing. We'll have something that it can grab onto and trellis out. So the goal with our garden this year is just kind of get an idea of what grows well with not having to force anything, and see what we can get from it as far as flowers and produce, and then how we can utilize them. And I think that will turn into future videos of things that we get from the garden. How are we going to make them into a delicious meal, or bake them, or pickle them? I don't know, but it's all just a big experiment. It's a lot of fun. It's nice being outside. Everyone in my family, both sets of grandparents, Alex's family, they've all been involved in gardening, so we thought, well, we'll give it a shot down here in Florida and see how it goes. We do have more plans for the garden, and as you all know, I'm sure it's just step by step with any project you take on. So any updates or things like that, I'll make a new video and share how things are growing, what worked well, what did not go well. I can already kind of see a few things that I don't think are gonna go well, but maybe at a different time of year or in a different spot. But I'm done rambling now. We'll see how it all goes. Thanks for watching.